Yo, YouTube's good. It's your boy Sunny Winters, and I'm back with another story. It's keeping the consistency going. Remember, this is On the Run with Sun. I appreciate you for tapping in. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. On the Run with Sun is just it's all about life on the go, life on the run, outside. I've been doing this for a long time, many countries, many travels, many miles, thousands and thousands and thousands of miles. Anybody that knows me could test. That's no cap. And that's here in the States, abroad. I'm just here to share it. Experiences, some funny, some educational, some entertaining. But this is what it is. Today, I figure I'll give a little story about me, something a little personal about my foundation, and how probably a little bit of, not even probably a little bit, probably a lot of a way about who I am, who I am type of thing. Go get it. Of course, Zulu got to be in the video, and that's Poppy. If you don't know, Poppy's my dad. Got some people tapping into the chat. Poppy's my dad. Well-traveled, more miles than me. He actually got a podcast coming out. Marcy the Manhood. Pretty dope stuff. That's what's kind of inspired this actual storytelling part of On the Run with Sun was my dad. So I figured I'd talk about him for a little bit. This is a funny story about, even before I get to the story, let me let you know about my dad. He's a cut and dry kind of guy, right? 1 + 1 is just 2. That's it. That's it. There's no story about it. We ain't gonna do 2 apples, 1 apple plus 1. 1 + 1 is 2. That's it, right? His dad was like that. Probably his dad's dad was like that. Just dang, cut and dry, right? So we go, I grew up pretty much. My dad might have been a Boy Scout, if I'm not mistaken. I know he's pretty, into the wilderness and the wild, just like me. That's probably another where I get it from. I grew up going to sleepaway camp. I'm saying I grew up going camping. So outdoors was regular for us. We went fishing and all of that, right? So decided we're gonna go camping. It was like a fellas trip. Me, my dad, Les, Sahar, Mike. Mike was there. And it was like father-son kind of thing. Right? It's a bunch of father and sons. God bless all those who ain't here because Les ain't with us no more. And he was a good dude, OG. I might have been about 11. Might have been 11. Might have been younger than that. Maybe 11. Like 11, 12, something like that. And we go camping. Great trip. We had an excellent time. Learned a lot. The fires. I remember one thing I remember about the camping trip, other than what I'm about to get into, was the food we had. Like, what I mean? Everybody had, they had grits. I don't eat grits. My dad don't eat grits, but they had grits, and we had like a toaster on the fire. That's what kind of got me into camping even more, just because that was one of the first times that I went camping that it was kind of luxury, but not, what I'm saying? Like Bougetto kind of joint, right? So now we're going canoeing on this trip. This is really a canoe trip, Delaware River. Like I said, I'm like 11 to 12. We go canoeing. If anybody knows anything about canoes, they're like a bullet in the water. It's shaped kind of ill. I think the indigenous people kind of created canoes, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody drop something in the comments. And canoes are made for 2 people, well balanced. There's no standing up in the canoe. Canoes rock crazy. Like, there is no standing up in the canoe. That's the main thing my dad said on that trip, right? And the person in the front is like the navigator, and the person in the back is the steerer. So as you're going, this person is going this way, the person is going the opposite way. Then you switch. Then when you get to the rapids, the person in the front is yelling out instructions: left, right, and the person in the back has the oar in the water. The oar is the stick for people who don't know. The oar is in the water, and they just making the canoe. You put it on this side, the canoe goes this way. You put it on this side, the canoe goes that way. So they kind of navigate. So we getting in with this. I don't remember Les and them getting in with us. For some reason, at the end of the story, I'm going to tell you why I don't remember them getting in with us, right? So we was the only ones with the canoes. No classes, no nothing. We just canoe, water, don't stand up. You tell me which way to go. This is how we go, right? Boom. It's the only way. Now we off. We having a blast. It's nothing. Delaware River, we doing this. Life jackets is off. We bought the fishing rod. Somehow we thought fishing was going to be involved with this. We gone. We chilling rapids. Boom, left, right. We get through. Boom. It gets shaky with like spots that look like whirlpools and look like it might have been deep and dangerous, but we're trying to get back to the crib. You know what I'm saying? Mom's gonna put them hands on us if we don't make it back in one piece. Now, like I said, fishing rods, jackets is off. We got drinks, we got coolers. We cooling. Not alcohol drink. My dad doesn't drink, and I was a minor, so before we get into all of that. So now we get to a part of the rapids that starts looking kind of funky. Like it's like level 4 joints, right? So now we're going left, right, Poppy, left, right. We getting busy, left, right, like whoosh, we going through all the rapids, we going through the motions, whoosh, we killing it. So I'm like, yeah, Poppy, we did it. I turn around. So let's say this is me turning to Poppy this way. So I'm like, yeah, Poppy, we did it. So now this is Poppy now looking at me. All I see is this right here. And I turn around and look back, and I'm like this. And I promise you, I was a kid, so I'm going to tell you from my perception as a kid, it looked like we ran up on a postal truck, like a UPS truck sticking out of the water, right? Might have been, it might have been a Subaru Outback or something, but it was definitely vehicle-sized rock on the up top part of the water. Zoom! We go straight up on it. Sorry, Zulu. We on it. It's one of the moments where it's like we might have been on the side already. Somehow we was like on a lean. I think we might have been leaning this way. The rock was like this. So we were on the side and we kind of like this. So I don't know what to do. So mind you, rapids is still doing what rapids do. We like this, balancing like, don't move. Like a scene out of the movie, when the car goes to the cliff and everybody's trying to go back, but ain't no car, ain't no cliff. We on the cliff, you know what I'm saying? Like, but ain't no car. We in a canoe. And I'm like this, frozen. Poppy's like this, he's frozen. And when I look at him, he goes and rocks the boat over. Boom. Now, this is the part where I'm gonna go back into my 11, 12-year-old mind, right? In my head, we rolled down the side of this rock at least 5 times. We might have went straight into the water, 30-something years later. But we rolled, don't bark, please roll. I'm on live. Appreciate you. We rolled. Only reason I say that, I remember the vividness on, I don't know if you guys are familiar with underwater life and just river, lake. The rocks have like a green moss kind of stuff on it. And it's really clear, the water. So you can actually, these green spots, you can see them if the water was murky, but because it's clear, it's really like looks like a really ill pattern. And I remember seeing that pattern go by, and we come up for air. When I come up, things is moving at 1,000 miles per hour. I see the cooler going this way. I see the fishing rods going this way, and all I hear Poppy says, "Grab my fishing rods." That's my favorite part of the story. I grabbed the fishing rods. I'm stroking. He's stroking. We're trying to get to the side. Zulu wants to go outside. Go outside. Go outside. Go. He's stroking. I'm stroking down in the river, and we got to the side. I got the fishing rods. He might have grabbed the cooler or something like that. And yeah. Oh, Les, Mike, Sahar, they was on the side helping us get up. That's why I said I don't really remember them going there, whether they might have went on like a guided something and then they went down ahead of us maybe. So I don't know how they was there at that spot. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Pop would drop a comment. Maybe they drove to the spot to come get us. You know, I think we was at the end, so to speak. But we went down like a sack of rocks. No pun intended. We went down like a sack of rocks. We still here. We got the fishing rods, you heard? And we still moving, you heard? So I think that was an interesting story. And Pop says that was one of the first times he realized what I was made of. I think that's how he words it, but excuse me. So I get for trying to hold a belch. Yeah, that time always makes me smile. It always makes me smile because it's like life, you know. It gets rough, you know what I mean? Then it gets smooth again. Then it gets rough. And then sometimes you hit a rock. And then when you hit the rock, you just shrug. Dive right back in. Let's go. Grab one or two pieces that was flying, that's out of your life, that's miscellaneous, that done went down river, and grab the custom rods and grab the cooler because you might get thirsty later, because the journey never stops. We are all always on the run. Thank you for tapping in on the run with Sun. Appreciate y'all. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button or share. But if you made it this far, almost 12 minutes in, I really, really appreciate you. I'll be back with another one.